Okay guys, we'll start our class again. So last class what I taught you, we discussed about uh, how to so what are the steps to create a planning application. Okay, let me open my running notes again. Okay, we discussed about today what we do, right? We'll create a planning application. We'll create a planning application. We'll go back here. What are the steps we have seen to create a planning application? So we'll go back here. Yes, there you go. This is what. So we are going to create a classic planning application. That's what I told you. So that is the first thing we'll do it. Next we'll go for EPMM. To create a classic planning application, these are the steps we have discussed. Let us do it today. So the first step, what we need to do, we need to create a data source name. This is the first thing, guys. We need to do that. Okay, or we need to create a data source name. Whenever you wanted to create a classic planning application, without data source name we cannot create. So this is the first step we need to do for our classic planning application. So how to create a classic planning application? Go to navigate, administer a classic application administration, and go to planning administration. Okay, let us go back here. So let us open our workspace. I told you yesterday how to open your workspace. Go to start, go to all programs. Yes. Next, go to Oracle EPM system. Yeah. Under EPM system, go to EPM system 1 here. Then under this you find workspace. Then click workspace URL. So what it does, it will open your workspace. It will open your, see the path to open your workspace URL. So go to Oracle EPM system 1 on the workspace. Under that you will find your workspace URL. There you go. Click here. Whenever you click workspace URL, there you go. It will open a browser. This is what we have discussed yesterday, guys. I taught you this, how to do these things. Yeah. It will ask your credentials. So what we are doing right now, we are logging into workspace. Remember that this is called workspace. So we are logging into workspace. Then this is your username. Username is admin, my username, and password is my password. At123. This is my password. At123. This is what while no we can while creating my application I provide that password, so I have to enter. This is your screen, guys. See, this is called your explore screen. There you go. It is called explore. In workspace you have opened your explore screen. Now what we need to do, we need to create a data source name. See, look at this. That is our first step, guys. What we need to do. So whenever we are planning to, what is our task today? We wanted to create a classic planning application. We wanted to create a classic planning application. There you go. So first thing is we need to create data source name. This is the one. So to create this, we need to open a workspace. Yeah, I have done that. Next step, see here, go to navigate. There you go. See, guys, this is the navigate. Look at this, guys. Navigate. There you go. Okay, click here. Whenever you click this navigate, it will display a drop down box. Look at this. See, when you want to see existing applications, go to applications planning. You can find your existing applications. But right now I don't want to see my existing applications, guys. What I want to do, right, I wanted to create a data source name. So for that, go to navigate, find administer. There you go. Find administer here. Then you have to come down here. There you go. You find planning administration. Look at that navigation, guys. I'll repeat one more time. So the thing is, what we are planning to do is we wanted to create a data source name. For that, go to navigate. That is the first thing, guys. Go to navigate. So before navigate, first you need to log into workspace, guys. Then only we can do all these things. So you need to log to workspace. Whatever the screen you are looking at, this is nothing but your workspace. So go to navigate, administer. Go to navigate. The next thing is go to navigate. It will display a drop down box. Then find administer. Under administer, whenever you click administer, it will display one more drop down box here. Then you find your planning administration. There you go. Click this. Whenever you click planning administration, so what it does, it will open one more window called planning administration window. It will open one more window. This is called planning administration window. So in this window, wait 1 minute, guys. In this window, we have this side. Look at this, guys. Your left hand side, your planning administration, manage applications, manage data source, and upgrade wizard. This is upgrade wizard. We'll talk whenever you wanted to convert classic to EPMA. We use this one. And simplified interface is something different. We'll talk that part later, guys. Right now, what is when I click manage application? What it does? See, whenever I click manage applications, what it does? See, there you go. It will display the available applications here. it will display the available applications. See, application CLA is one. This is one application and vision is another application. When you go here, actions, when I say create, it will create new application. See, there you go. Whenever I use my cursor, see, whenever I put there, see, to create an application, click create. See, the message, what that path, what this create does. See here, when I go to actions again, there you go, create. When I click create, see, it says that the bottom, that is an advantage, guys. This is more user friendly. What the tab does, the plus create tab, what it does, right, to create an application. There you go, click create. Right now I don't want to create application, guys. See, I told you, without data source name, without DSN, without data source name, we cannot create a planning application. So first thing what I need to do, I need to create a data source name. For that, these are the steps. I have opened planning administration, then manage data source. To create data source name, again after opening this window, planning administration window, then you need to go to, there you go, manage data source and create new data source. This is what we need to do. Let us go back here. So we have on left hand side, we have manage data source. Okay, let me click here what it does. Whenever I click manage data source, there you go, see here, it will show you the available the available data source name and how they are associated with other planning up. This is your data source name. Look at this, guys. This is your data source name. This is your application name. So this simple DSN, there is no application name. That means this data source name is not yet associated with anything. Next, the boss, this is also not associated with anything. So you see this one, see, these are the application. Test DSN associated with vision. BOSS DS, it is associated to sample application. TDS associated with the class 1, and PRACDS is associated to practice. These are the applications that are available right now. So now what I want to do, I want to create a new data source name. Whenever you want to create a classic planning application, the first step you need to do, right, create data source name. Look at this. That's what I told you here. Create data source name. So let us go back here. I'm here in the screen. Then go to actions. You can go to actions. There you go. Whenever I select click option, there you go. See what it says. To create a data source, click create data source. There you go. To whenever I want to create data source, otherwise from here also I can go here. See, whenever I go here, there you go. Look at this plus symbol. To create a data source, click create. From here also you can open, guys, or we can go back here, actions. We can go back to actions. Then we can use create option. Anything, guys. It's up to you. It is based on your convenience. See, if you want to go to create, yes. See, this one is edit. No, anyway, I did not select anything. Like select this one. There you go. This two will be enabled. See, initially I did not select anything, so that's the reason these two are, this is to edit data source, this one, to delete data source, this one. We can do it. So to delete this data source, we can use it. So whenever you can, from here you can do that. See, create. See, for example, if I did not select anything, guys, here, if I did not select anything, see here, see here, wait, let me go back here again. Let me open manage data source one more time. When I go to actions, see, create, edit, delete, we get all these options, three options here as well as see here also we can get click, create, or so edit or delete. What is this detach? Detach is nothing but, see, you are getting everything here, guys. Here your left hand side you can see planning administration things. If you click detach, what it does, it will open only this data source, nothing else. There you go. See, in your left hand side, what are the options we have? So that has been removed. So the whole screen belongs to the whole screen belongs to your data source name. Okay, it's up to you what you want. You are content with this, yeah, go here, click, or detach again. See, it will come back to your previous screen. This is one more beautiful thing, guys. So you will never get confused here. So I wanted to create new data source name. So what I do here is, so you know all these things now. Plus means what it does, you know, this pencil symbol, what it does, this cross symbol, detach, what it does. So this last thing, see, to create data source, see, it gives you this symbol, exactly this symbol, what it does, this I symbol, it will give you all the actions what it does. See, to create a data source, look at this, read that, guys. This is one more beautiful thing, guys. Okay, to create a data source, click create data source. To edit a data source, edit data source. Select a data source and click edit data source. To delete data source, select data source that are not associated with any application and click delete data source. So see, this is it does this symbol, that I symbol will explain exactly what are the functionality we have in this screen. What are the functionality we have in this screen? So look at this. So here when we go here, guys, actions, see, create, it will talk about only create data source. When you go to edit, it will talk about only edit data source. When you go to delete, it will talk about delete data source. But exactly what are the functionality we have in this window? There you go. Go here, I symbol, go to this I symbol. See, it will give you exactly what it does. So what this window, this manage data source window, what are the functionality it has? So see, it will give you the total functionality of this window. So you can go here and read everything, guys. That will help you out. Or you can go to one tab, then find out exactly the display the drop down box what it does. Still, that's what this window, guys. Any questions on this window? Obul, Altaf, any questions on this window? Clear, right? Right, guys. Next, I'll go back here. See, we have discussed each and every functionality of this window, guys. Now, what I want to do, I want to create a new data source name. So, go back here, actions. Go back to action. There you go. Click create option. Click create option. There you go. So, whenever I click create option, there you go. It has opened like this. Manage data source. What we are doing right now? What is the assignment we are doing? We are working on creating data source name. So we have a window here. Your database details we need to provide, and here we need to provide your S-based server details. What is your data source name? Okay, first data source name I'll give first DS1. I'll give you some name. Any name you can give, right? So the data source description, this is optional, guys. This is optional. Okay, right. This is used for creating planning classic application. Okay, classic planning application. Okay, we can do it. Otherwise, this is optional, guys. There you go. Now we have a database and we have a planning. Here, S-based server. What is the use of these things? See, whenever you are creating a planning application, guys, planning application is built on two things, guys. One is relational database. The other one is S-based server. See, this S-base is, I told you right at last class, we have discussed about S-base, whatever the for SBase is a database for your planning application. Whatever data you load, that will be saved in SBase. But what is the use of this database? This relational database, guys, this is the application database is nothing but it's a relational database. See, we need to associate one database to your planning application. Any class, it's a classic or EPM, does not matter. Whatever the information that classic planning application has, it will be stored in this relational database. See, this will be stored in table format, guys. For example, you are created. See, it will create 6 dimensions along with your classic planning application. So for each dimension, it will create a table. If you want to go back and you can modify in the background. For example, you want to do some changes to your dimension. You have to go to background. The background is nothing but the tables will be created in this database. The tables will be created in this database. So application database, what is our database here? Again, we'll talk this further, guys. Detail, I'll talk about database. Let us create this one. So we need two things. One is relational database as well as S-based server. These two are pillars for your planning application. This application is built on this. Any one of them is down, either S-based or application relational database, you cannot open your planning application, guys. You cannot ever open. Here you need to remember one thing, guys. The one thing you need to remember is all your planning information that will be saved in your relational database. That will be saved in your relational database. All your planning data will be saved in S-based server. So this data source name, what it will have? It will have your relational database details as well as S-based server details. So once I associate this one with your planning application, all your information will go to here, relational database, and all your S-base will go to here. Because of this has contained this. That's the reason this will contain your database details as well as your server details. So that is the reason we need to create this. That's the reason I'm telling you, without data source name, we cannot create a classic planning application. Even EPMA also, guys, we need to, at the end of the day, you need to associate EPMA planning application. That's for EPMA planning also, we need to data source name. Without data source name, we cannot build any planning application. It may be classic or it may be EPMA. It does not matter. So database, see, while creating this one, guys, what I have done, right, I used SQL Server. While installation and configuration time, what I have done, right, I have used SQL Server is my relational database. See, this planning application will support 3 types of relational database, guys: Oracle, SQL Server, IBM DB2, anything, guys. All these 3 will be supported by your planning application. So my case, what I have done, right, while installing, configuring, I took this SQL Server. This is the one. Then server, what is your server? You can use localhost, or actually the server name is Obul. We can, if you want, we can go ahead and use. But type localhost, guys. By default, whatever the local server we have, we will take it. The port number, this port number by default it comes, guys. You no need to give. So you see, I have selected SQL Server. It is showing 1433. So that installation time we need to mention this port number, guys. Then if I select Oracle, see the port number back to 1521. If I select IBM DB2, see it will come 50,000. There you go. So my thing is that port number is that installation time we'll mention that anyway. So I have selected SQL Server. This port number it comes 1433. There you go. What is your database? Now you need to talk about database. You need to provide database details. So for this, we go back to our SQL Server and we'll create a database. In real time, guys, we never do this database creation. Normally, this is provided by your database team. They will not allow us to create a database. They have their own security, guys, in real time. Here, we do not have any database team, guys. We need to build ourselves. So I'll go back, SQL Server and I'll create one database. I'll go back here. Let us open a SQL Server. Go to Start. There you go. You find here SQL Server Management Studio. There you go. You'll find here SQL Server Management Studio. Click this. Click SQL Server Management Studio. It takes 1 minute, guys, to open this. There you go. See here, it has opened Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. These are my credentials, guys. My server name is Vobul. This is the one authentication I have SA. Then password is there. Just click connect. Click connect. There is we have connected to a SQL server. Then here in your left hand side, guys, see this is, look at this, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Why we came here? We came here, we need a database name here. We need a database name. There you go. That's what. Whenever you wanted to create a planning name, you need to create data source name first. So you need to create data source name first here. So here we need to create database. That's the reason we came to this SQL server. Then what we need to do, I need to create a database first. Before going to create a data source, let me check that available data source. I'll go back here. There you go. So these are the databases. These are the available databases, guys. These are the available databases. These are the available database right now. So I wanted to create new data source name. So how can I create new data source name? Very simple. Very simple. Go here, right click, click new database, or from here go to database, right click. From here also you can click new database. So once you need to log into SQL Server, so here you need to have credentials, guys. You cannot go and log in just like that. You need to have a credentials, otherwise it will not allow us to log into SQL Server. So you wanted to create a database option. From here you can create a database, or you can create a database from here as well. So okay, let us right click here, click new database. New database. So this is what it come up, the database name. I'll give my database name as FIRST first one. Anything you can come up first, anything. Okay. The owner, you don't need to worry. The size, make sure that you need to increase your size. Even you no need to increase this all this size. Yeah, simple. See, by default, it will be increased by 1 MB unrestricted growth. As long as whatever data it comes, it always takes here. So don't worry. Okay. So we no need to worry about that part. Then we'll go back here. This is here 50. This is 50 MB I'm giving. So this is for my log file and this is for my database size. So you no need to worry about this, guys. By default, it will increase by 1 MB. Even based on your application, it will increase. So you no need to worry about that part. So then add, click OK. There you go. It is creating. There you go. It is executing. It is creating my data source. Look at that. My database, not data source. My database. It is creating my database. There you go. See, this is the first one. Is my database. I have created my database. What for I need this database, guys? I'm going to use this database for my planning application. There you go. This is the first one. Is my database. First one is my database. I'll go back here. See, look at this, guys. Your database name is first one. Whatever we have created, we need to provide the database name here. Very FIRST first one. If you provide a wrong thing, it will throw an error. First one. What is your user? My username is SA. My password is Vobul at 123. Vobul at 123. Custom, I don't want, guys. Connection here. See here, you can mention that specifying a custom connection URL overrides previous connection settings for server and port. Clearing the custom checkbox removes. This is leave it, guys. Now that custom, I'm not going to talk about. We'll talk later about custom. The connection URLs, that is no need. Okay. So let me check validate. Would you like to Firefox remember that? No, I don't want to remember this. See, the database connection was successful. For example, if I give wrong credentials, something I'll give you here. See what it does? No, the database connection failed because I gave wrong credential. Very simple, guys. So it will validate and it will give you, see, SA is my proper one. Now I'll validate. This database connection was successful. Whatever the input I have given, that is good. Now, what is my SBase server? Again, go back here, localhost. Okay, my username, admin, password, obul, at 123. So Unicode, non-Unicode, you are very much aware of it, guys. I'm not going to, so I'm going to create non-Unicode application, not Unicode application. Validate. See, the SBase connection was successful. So, or if you give wrong credentials here, I'll see, for example, admin 123, something I'll give you. What it does? Look at this. The SBase connection failed. So the credentials it will validate, guys. Whatever the username, password you are giving, even your database name, if you give wrong database name, see, I'll give something here. Again, I'm checking everything, guys. Validate. See, it is an error because it is trying to find this database name. So it will go to that, whatever the credentials you have given, there you go. The database connection failed because this database name is not available in your database. So your database name is your first one. Validate. Now it works fine. So now it works fine. So whatever the details I need. So why we are creating data source name? Tell me, guys, why we are creating data source name? See, without this we cannot create a classic planning application. First thing, see, the data source will have details of your database details as well as your SBase details, both. So SBase will hold, SBase is the database for your planning application. SBase will hold your data for your planning application. For your application database, what it does, relational database, it will hold your application information, all the information, whatever the information it is there for your a planning application, that will, this relational database will hold this one. So save. Now click save, guys. When you click save means what? There you go. That data source has been saved. That means you have created successfully. There you go. This is your first data source name. You wanted to edit again, guys. You can edit. Go here. Check this edit option. There you go. You can come back here. You can come back here. Okay. We'll repeat that whole thing one more time, guys. We'll repeat. Let me log off. Let me log off this one. Let me log off here. What have we done? Are you sure you wanted log off? Yes. What I have done, I'll do it one more time, guys. Okay, this is a SQL Server. So first thing is, whenever you wanted to create a data source name, what is our assignment, guys? What is your assignment? We need to create a data source name, right? Am I right? So what I need to do, first you need to open workspace, go back to start, all programs, Oracle EPM system 1, then go to workspace, then click workspace URL. See, this is the first time, guys, we are working on it. We are create one DSL, then we are repeating that. Then it will ask you to log into your workspace OBUL 8 1 2 3. So I logged in. Next, whenever you want to create your data source name, this is the startup screen for your workspace. So you wanted to create a data source name. What you need to do? Go to navigate, go to administer, then find planning administration. See the path again. Look at this, guys. I'm repeating one more time, guys. Go to navigate, administer, and click planning administration. Then click this one. Whenever you click planning administration, what it does, it will open a window called planning administration window. There, see here, we have three options: planning administration, manage application, manage data source, and the upgrade wizard. We'll talk about simplified interface later. So what I want, see, these are you wanted to see these are the available applications, guys. Here, whenever you want to create application, we'll go here and check that. But right now, we'll go to manage data source. There you go. Manage data source here. Then whenever I click manage data source, see, it has opened a window called manage data source. Before, whenever I click manage application, look at this, guys. Find here what is the screen and it belongs to where. See, manage application. Look at this here. Manage application means it will come manage applications. Manage data source means, there you go, it will come manage data source. There you go. In manage data source, see, I have mentioned here this running nodes. In your running nodes, I have mentioned everything, guys. I have mentioned everything in running nodes. Manage data source, create new data source, guys. We need to create new data source. That's what we need to do that. We need to create new data source. Okay. I'll go back here. I'll go back here. Create new data source. For creating a new data source, we have an options, guys. Actions. Under that, you can create. Right now, we did not select anything. That is the reason it is only create is enabled. For example, if I select this one, everything will be enabled. See, all these two are enabled as well as these three. There you go. Create, edit, delete. All three options we have got it. So if you want to edit, you go to edit and edit. If you want delete, yes, we can delete it. Or if you want to create, we can create it. So right now, see here, from here also we can see that this plus symbol is nothing but edit. The pencil symbol is nothing but no, plus symbol is nothing but create, guys. This one edit and this one is delete. Detach means, look at this. It will open full screen. And you want to go back to normal screen? Yes. And this I symbol, it will give the information exactly what it does. What the managed data source, what is the functionality of your managed data source. Now what I want to do, I want to create a new one. Go here, create. Whenever you wanted to create, guys, you need to provide your data source name. Anything, guys, anything you can write down. See, write down data source name. It is not, whatever the name you wanted to, you can put it up. And here you need to mention your data source description. Yeah, what is this? If you want, that is optional. And you need to select what database you are using. See, when I'm installing, configuring this, what I have done, I use SQL Server. I need to select the SQL Server. Based on the SQL Server, the port number will change. Then your server name, whatever server name is localhost, there you go. It will take your server name. Next, your database name. So you need to get the database name. To create a new database name, what I told you, you need to go to start and this one, SQL Server Manager Studio. Connect, you need to have credentials, guys. Without that, you cannot access. Remember that. Without that, you cannot access. I have credentials anyway. So I'll go back here. Whenever I open here, I'll go to databases here. There you go. These are my existing databases. If you want to create a new database, right click, new database, or go to your database here, right click, new database. Close this. So anyway, I'm not creating anything right now. I'll go back here, then put your database name, then put your credentials, username and password, then validate. If you are all the things, whatever the information you have provided here, it is right, it will says that it is successful. If anything is wrong, it will throw another saying that database connection failed. The same here, you need to provide your SBase server details, localhost and your username admin, your password. If you want to create a Unicode application, select this one, it will create Unicode application. If you do not want to create Unicode, then you do not enable this option, create non-Unicode. It will create a non-Unicode application, then validate. Then finally click save. It will be saved here and the window will be, the window will come like this. Once you create, there you go. This is the first DS1. Any questions on this? How to create a data source name? Is it clear, guys? Any question? Now you know, right? This is the first step we have done, guys. Creating data source name. This is the first step we have done. See, we go back here. See, first thing is what we need to do. We need to create a data source name. See, this is what we have done. So, see here I have mentioned everything, guys. Create a data source name. First you need to go to navigate. Next you need to go to administer, then planning administration. This is what you need to go. Then it will open an application wizard window. Then here find your manage data source and create new data source and create new data source. Here you need to provide your database server name. I give localhost. I need to create a new database, guys. Need to create new database, then log in SQL Enterprise and create new database. This is also we have done. And username and password for your database is and password for your database is SA and the username, whatever password is, whatever the password we have, we need to do that. Any questions or clear ma? All you guys okay? Okay. What we do, right? Today we'll stop our class. Again we'll continue in the next session tomorrow. Okay? Take care, guys. Bye bye. See you. Take care.